This edition of ESPN FC, you just saw Mourinho giving the C. This is the Florentino Perez 2026 campaign, confirming that it will be Jose Mourinho if Florentino Perez is to keep his place as president. Kay Murray here, Craig Burley, Stevie Nicol and Rodrigo Fayez joining us. And this all comes just as we're going to air tonight, Rodrigo, at a time when his challenger, Enrique Riquelme, is actually on TV in Spain announcing who his superstar signings will be. That's
why, well, thanks for having me, first of all, Kay. And that's why we are with the cell phone, trying to update, every minute, because we don't really know how he's going to counter-attack these big news related to Real Madrid. Yeah, Mourinho is the coach for Florentino Perez for next season on Real Madrid. This is something that we already knew from April, but, the surprise tonight was quite massive, and all the people around Real Madrid are like, oh, he's back, let's set this on fire once again, as he did when Pep Guardiola was around. So big news for Real Madrid indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. Does it change anything to do with the elections then coming up on Sunday?
I do believe that doesn't matter who is going to announce Enrique Riquelme, that Florentino Perez is going to be the winner. I don't know real advantage in between Florentino Perez and Enrique Riquelme, because Florentino has the advantage of everything. He's in charge of Real Madrid for the last 13 years. He's got trophies, he's got the authority, the global development of Real Madrid. So I think he's the main favorite. But let's see what Enrique Riquelme will announce, because everyone is wondering if Erling Haaland or some PSG player could be announced tonight within minutes for Enrique Riquelme's candidacy.
Where are we on the level of excitement or disappointment at the Mourinho appointment?
Yeah,
in terms of the fans.
To be honest, if you talk to the fans, they are all kind of delighted, because they wanted someone like Mourinho. After Xabi Alonso, he was a different profile. After Arbeloa, he was a low profile for Real Madrid. Mourinho is like, okay, we're going to be back there. He's a great image worldwide. He's got the attitude, he's arrogant, and that's why the fans think that Mourinho is someone needed for Real Madrid and for this locker room with this discipline, lack of discipline during the whole year.
But I'm looking at as well. Why are you laughing?
I'm thinking, be careful what you wish for. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking about the type of football that they've played.
Yes.
Recently, in the latter stages of Ancelotti. Then this season, where Barcelona have been exciting,
yes,
successful, forward-thinking, progressive, and Real Madrid have been standoffish, pedestrian, allowing a lot of teams possession. Mourinho has this global image of this hugely successful manager, certainly when he first started out, but he's also got this image of a manager who his football's a little dull, a little dated.
Yeah.
Surely Real Madrid fans look at what Barcelona are doing and say, can't we just have a piece of that excitement as well to go with the success? Because I don't see how Mourinho's going to bring the experience as a manager, but he's also going to bring a type of football that is staid and stale.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why this morning, talking to one of my Real Madrid sources, they were kind of worried about this second coming of Jose Mourinho, because they were considering that Mourinho is an old-school coach,
yep,
and he's not at the same line that Xabi Alonso is now at the moment, for example, or in the same line that could be Álvaro Arbeloa in a near future. They consider that it's a great impact for the fans, but not a big impact for the sporting side, which is something that should worry all the Madridistas, because you got Mbappe, you got Vinicius, you got Rodrigo, you got Mastantuono, lots of youngsters and lots of mundial, worldwide cracks, and you don't know exactly what it's going to be like, because we got to remind how is the sporting direction policy at Real Madrid in the recent years. They've been signing people 18 years old players with a good present but better future, and now Mourinho comes again, and now he's asking for Dumfries, which is 30 years old. He's asking for some other players like Konate, which is 28 years old. It's like a completely shift in Real Madrid sporting direction. So that's why fans are indeed delighted with Mourinho, but inside Real Madrid, some people, some sources are quite worried about that.
I never thought I'd say this. So basically, Mourinho's first job when he goes through the door is going to be convincing all of these young players that this is how we should do it. Because all of these young players have been brought up a completely different animal than what he is.
We got it. Enrique Riquelme just announced, breaking live news, Enrique Riquelme just announced that he has signed Erling Haaland. If he wins, Erling Haaland, according to Enrique Riquelme, now live in Spain, Erling Haaland will become Real Madrid player.
I don't understand how this works, because how can he announce Erling Haaland unless he has a deal with Manchester City?
The thing is that Enrique Riquelme...
Are they just making... Sorry, are they just
don't let
making...
the facts get in the way of a good story. Come on.
Is he just throwing that out there to say, if I get this president's role, I will bring you Erling Haaland?
Yes, that's it.
But that you cannot guarantee that.
But in the same way that it happened with Figo, where the player has to have agreed with
the same style. Because, you know, I asked the Enrique Riquelme people, like, okay, what about if you announce Haaland and then he doesn't come? Right. It's like, no, we're going to be in a lawyer office this morning, in an attorney's office this morning, to put it in a paper, in a document. So I guess that he has an agreement with the player. And the club. And after that, he will have to negotiate with Man City. But this is quite, you know, breaking news, because it's like, okay, Mourinho impact was massive on social media, but now it's like Erling Haaland is like everyone. Now Twitter is on fire.
Do you think that will make the difference? Enough?
I doubt.
Right.
I doubt. One of the things that Enrique Riquelme just said is that he will announce next Real Madrid coach if he wins on Friday, on Saturday. And he's saying that his coach is going to be completely opposite to Mourinho's style. And he's going to be a superstar coach. So we don't really know if he's going to sign, well, indeed Pep Guardiola, no. Indeed, Luis Enrique is going to be impossible, but maybe...
But a Spaniard.
Mikel Arteta, maybe. That could be one name. Maybe could be Unai Emery. I don't see Unai Emery like
and a slots available. And the slots available.
He has been talking...
Jurgen Klopp.
A big part of Enrique Riquelme's campaign, though, is making it more Spanish Real Madrid once again, right?
That's it. Yeah, because he just announced this morning that Fernando Hierro, Real Madrid legend, is going to be Valdebeba's Real Madrid Academy director. He just announced 2 days ago that Raúl González Blanco will be his sporting director, because Enrique Riquelme was complaining and fighting against Florentino Pérez, because Florentino Pérez is always thinking about the big French players, the big English players, but never thinking about the Spanish players. And that's why Barcelona was like, okay, if you don't think about them, I'm going to get them. So this is going to be the first time ever on Spanish history that no Real Madrid player are going to be called up by Spain national team. And that's for Enrique Riquelme is a shame.
But he is thinking about big Norwegian players here.
Yeah, but it's like the one that make the difference.
Yeah, the big superstar sign. I mean, what's your reaction?
Well, I know how Erling Haaland probably wants to win. He wants that move to Madrid. I have no idea how these things work in Spain, but obviously it's a power struggle. It's promises. It's I mean, something needs to change at Real Madrid, you would think, but I would imagine Florentino Perez will probably hold on to power. And we'll see where we go from there. But it's obviously a huge announcement, isn't it, Erling Haaland? Particularly when Mbappe had a great season in terms of goals, once again. But he still, for some reason, hasn't won over the fans who they believe he was the guy to take them to the promised land. And even though you might say, well, it's not all his fault, he can't do it all on his own, he's the sort of headline guy. So, you know, having somebody else up there in place of him, like Erling Haaland, would be huge.
How would that work together with those guys?
Well, I think one needs to go. I've said all along that Vinny Jr. is the one that needs to go. It makes sense. Haaland comes up the pipe, and Mbappe goes on the left-hand side where he wants to be. And if you're Florentino Perez, and Riquelme's managed to get Haaland, I mean, you know that if you win the presidency again, you can get Haaland as well. So I think it's all around good news for Perez.
I don't know. Let's see what happens. But I do agree with you, because if Haaland comes, and indeed, if Enrique Riquelme wins and Haaland comes, some of the people out should be out.
So any other signings that we might be expecting? Obviously, we've heard Dumfries, as you mentioned, Kanate. Any